Could Opal become champion in Pokemon Sword? After all, she's got a lot of years of experience in Pokemon battles, what with being a gym leader for 70 years now. Although my sources tell me that Opal has been focusing on holding auditions for a successor to the Fairy-type gym and recently scouted Gym Challenger Bede for that role, effectively retiring from the Pokemon League. So why would this old lady bother trying to become champion all of a sudden? To help a little lost Wooloo, of course. Quick pause to let you know that this is episode 3 of a multi-part story, so I highly recommend you check out the previous 2 episodes linked in the iCard and description below. You don't need to have seen the previous episodes to enjoy this one, but some of the lore and conversation will make a lot more sense if you have. Also, be sure to subscribe if you enjoyed the series. Now back to the video.
Little lost Wooloo usually go to Milo, not me. But since you seem to be a chatty one, perhaps you'd care for some tea?
That sounds great, Opal, but after that, could you take me to see Gym Challenger Bay?
Maybe you're more than a little lost. Bay is the 4th gym leader in the Galar region. I do remember her trying out the gym challenge several years ago, but things didn't go so.
Several years? Oh no, he's really done it now. First he turns me into a Wooloo, then he sends me too far forwards in time.
He? Oh, you must be talking about Alistair.
You know Alistair?
You could say that, but there's not much I can tell you about him.
Why? Is your memory starting to fade in your old age or something?
That's quite rude, little Wooloo. Or should I say, Vasko?
Wait, how do you know my name?
When you fell from the sky into Ballonlea, a little letter came along with you. It was signed by an Alistair and told me all about your journey and why he sent you here.
Why he sent me here? This was intentional? Can I see?
My apologies, but the contents of this letter are confidential.
Huh.
Don't worry, all will be revealed to you soon enough. For now, let's enjoy some of this tea before it gets cold.
It smells really good. Could I get some snacks with it too? Ooh, maybe cookies or a cake or one of those puff pastry things that looks like a heart?
You got quite the sweet tooth, don't you? Lucky you, I've got some Lumia skelettes baked fresh this morning.
Thanks, Opal, you're the best. Tea, sweets, what more could a Wooloo ask for?
What more indeed. Bon appetit.
Don't mind if I do. Go, go, go. Oh, hello.
Hi there.
So, where did Opal go?
She hasn't moved an inch.
Are you sure? I swear she was standing right there a few moments ago.
Still standing in the exact same spot right now. Figure it out yet, little Wooloo?
Opal, what happened to you?
Nothing happened to me. The question is, what happened to you?
Me? Wait, did you put something in my tea?
Just a little Ballonlea magic.
You poisoned me?
Come now, I'm your friend here, little lost Wooloo. I just added some local Ribombi honey for extra flavor.
Then why do you suddenly look so different?
Oh, that's probably from the Sinisty cup.
So it isn't poison, but a curse. Oh, mighty Arceus, I don't know which one is worse.
And here I thought I was the drama queen.
Opal, please, give me the antidote. I don't want to die.
Calm down, it's just tea, you're fine.
I am?
You am looking kinda sad though.
Well, first I got turned into a Wooloo, then I got sent way too far in the future, and now my vision's all weird. Nothing seems to be going my way.
Oh, come now, it's just a silly prank I played on you for calling me old. No need to beat yourself up.
Well, you definitely don't look old anymore.
Right? Thanks to the combined powers of the Sinisty cup and Ribombi honey, you can see the true colors of my soul. But only you though. I may look like my young self to you, but to anyone else, I'm still the same old Opal.
The true colors of your soul. So because you're young at heart, you look young to me?
Correct. What's wrong? You're still looking a little sad.
I miss Milo. I wonder if he still remembers me.
Would you like to go see him?
That would be nice, but I doubt the champion has time to worry about the Wooloo that left him all those years ago.
Champion? Milo was never champion. Poor kid doesn't stand a chance against Leon.
But Opal, I saw Milo become champion. Well, I was knocked out when he did, but he did become champion. I'm not making this up, I swear.
Seems like you won't believe me, so let's go to Turffield. You can ask him there yourself.
I like that. Let's go. On our way to Turffield, Opal made a quick stop by the cafe and stole inside it to place an order for more sweets. Apparently, Milo was away from the gym, trying to catch and return a runaway Wooloo, so we had a picnic on Route 4, and Opal caught a cute little Milcery who wanted to steal our cake. She felt bad for the little one, so she gave it a flower sweet and accidentally evolved it by spinning it around in circles. Eventually, the staff from Turffield sent Opal a text message to let her know that Milo's back. I was a bit surprised to find out that she had to battle him before getting to talk. She easily won with just the Alchemy from earlier, although something tells me if she tried to take him with that unevolved evolved Misery, things would not have turned out as rosy. Now that the battle's over, Milo, I've missed you so much.
Did that Wooloo just talk?
I told you, I'm not a Wooloo and my name's Vasko.
Opal, did you poison me?
I did no such thing.
Milo, what happened after you became champion?
Did you poison this Wooloo then? Why does it talk? And why does it think that I'm champion?
I poisoned one guy once as a prank 20 years ago, and now everyone thinks I'm over here poisoning everybody. Just let it go, people.
Well then what's going on? This talking Wooloo is saying some very bizarre things. Me? Champion? Like my Flapple could ever stand against Leon's Charizard.
Flapple? No, you had an Appleton. And what's with this talking Wooloo? Don't you remember me, Milo? All the time we spent together?
I don't think I could forget a talking Wooloo.
Even I wouldn't forget something like that, and I'm almost in my 90s.
Oh, this poor delusional Wooloo. Opal, I'll take care of him for you. That's why you came here, right?
What? No. Why would I want that?
Well, that's why most people tend to bring a Wooloo to me. After all,
Vasko, drink this really quick.
Is that poison?
No, but I can make it poison if you ask about it one more time.
What's it gonna do?
We're kind of low on time here. Drink it now, ask questions later.
But I don't want to be poisoned, Opal.
It's not poison! Just trust me, please. Look, I even have a Lumio Skelet to go with it.
Okay, you know how to sweeten a deal.
there's been some...
Hey Milo, look over there. Is that one of your fans waiting to take a picture?
Ooh, pictures? I love taking pictures.
Would you mind taking it, Opal?
Not at all. Now say moo moo cheese.
Moo moo cheese! Thanks, Opal. And good luck with your matches, Milo. I'll be rooting for you.
Thank you. Now about that Wooloo?
What Wooloo?
That Huh? Wow, Opal, you really are some sort of wizard, aren't you? Never thought that I, of all people, would mistake a Swirlix for a Wooloo.
I guess I'm just that good.
That you are, Opal. Well, I've got some farm work to get back to and Wooloos to wrangle. Best of luck with your exhibition match against Nessa.
Thank you, Milo. See ya. Now then, Vasko, we've got to get to Holbury for another exhibition match. Let's talk on the way.
Okay.
You're looking sad again.
I can't believe Milo would forget about me.
I don't think he forgot.
He clearly couldn't recognize me though.
True, but take me for example. Even though you look entirely different now, I still recognize you.
What do you mean, look entirely different?
Oh, that potion I had you drink, it turned you into a Swirlix.
A swirl Opal!
Not poison, not a curse either, and look, you can float now.
Whoa, floating does feel kinda nice. But Opal, could you please stop being all mysterious and tell me what's going on here?
You're no fun. Okay, I'll explain. After your grand adventures with Milo, Alistair sent you over to a neighboring universe where he knew I'd take care of you while he gets everything ready for your return.
So this isn't some kind of prank?
Not at all. If anything, it seems to me that this Alistair really cares about you, little one. He did the best he could with his ghostly powers, even though they weren't enough.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, indeed. But he also knew exactly who could help you out the most, so that's where he sent you next.
You?
Me.
Well, all you've done so far is poison me.
No poison involved. I'm a fairy-type specialist after all.
So the reason Milo doesn't remember me is because this is an entirely different universe.
Correct. The Milo here has never met you in the first place. Not only that, but his team has different Pokemon since the ecosystem is a bit different here as well.
Does that mean no angry legendary Pokemon either?
Sort of. That's where I come in, with my so-called poison.
I knew it.
The potions I had you drink are imbued with fairy magic, which do wonders on the soul.
I thought only ghost types could mess with the soul.
Yeah, you're right there, but ghost and fairy just happen to be two sides of the same coin. Ghost powers are great for manipulating the physical aspects of the soul. They are the strings which move the puppets on the stage. Meanwhile, fairy powers work behind the scenes like a sudden wardrobe change.
So that's why you could make yourself look young and turn me into a Swirlix?
Correct. Although that begs the question, who turned you into a Wooloo?
Alistair, right?
As I said, I don't know much about this Alistair, but if he is a ghost-type specialist, his powers would only extend to things like putting people to sleep or wiping some of their recent memories. He wouldn't be able to transform you.
So then who did?
There's also the question of who sent you over here. Ghost powers can't transport physical bodies over long distances. To be quite frank, this letter would make for a wonderful mystery screenplay.
Wait a minute. If your fairy magic can change my form, why not just turn me back to normal?
I can't.
I thought you were the fairy type specialist.
Whoever turned you into a Wooloo also placed some seal on your soul, and it's a pretty powerful one at that.
I think I remember Alistair saying something about a seal stopping him from sending me back to my world.
I guess it's even more powerful than I imagined. Not only can you not get back to your home world, you're stuck as a Pokemon.
So you can't change me back.
I'm afraid not.
Then why did Alistair bother sending me here?
That I do know. I am to make you a potion that can change your form whenever you move between worlds. Not sure exactly how you're supposed to move between worlds, but when you do, fairy magic wardrobe change.
How's that gonna be of any help?
That's the fun part. According to Alistair, when you traveled with Milo as a Wooloo, you started to attract the attention of the legendary Pokemon guarding Galar. He had several theories as to why.
Several? All he told me was that I had otherworldly knowledge, so he would wipe my memory. Seems like he failed though. I very much remember everything that had happened.
Correct, sort of. His powers over your memory only work inside his universe. You won't forget anything until you return. In the meanwhile, I'm supposed to test the other theory. Could it be your appearance that signals the danger?
My appearance?
Milo cares for his Wooloo way too much to bring them into battle, so to have one follow him around and participate in almost all his battles, that would raise some flags, no?
So being a Wooloo is bad?
Not bad, but it would make you stick out. Just like if I, who's only ever used fairy-type Pokemon for 70 years, suddenly started winning all my gym battles thanks to a Wooloo. It would feel like I was going against the natural laws of this universe. But what if instead, I had a Swirlix?
That makes sense, I guess. So now what?
Now I do my pre-retirement run of the Galar Gym Challenge with you on my team, and we see if any angry legendaries come our way. Now, on to face Nessa we go.
I was a little worried about Opal going in against Nessa with only one Pokemon, but as it turns out, Alchemy has this very useful move called Draining Kiss, which is basically Fairy-type Absorb. Sure, it didn't hit super effective on the fishies, but it kept Alchemy at full health while Nessa's first two Pokemon went down. She decided to Dynamax the same turn as Nessa, who tried to slow us down with a Max Strike or two, but Alchemy bulked out all three of its Dynamax moves and finished off the fight with a Max Starfall. Easy win against Nessa? I take that as a good sign. Where to next, Opal?
To the Motostoke outskirts. I need to go catch a coughing.
What you need that for?
For the poison, of course.
Poison?
Yeah, we're going up against Kabu next, and fire types are too volatile, giving them resistance to fairy type attacks. So, I'll need a little help from something that isn't pure fairy.
Kabu starts the battle with his typical Will-O-Wisp strategy, while Coughing slowly throws sludge after sludge, finally poisoning the Ninetales as its HP runs low. Opal uses this opportunity to heal up Coughing and watch the fox succumb to toxins. That could've been me. Arcanine is out next trying to intimidate our ball of gas, only to get poisoned right away. Don't intimidate Opal. Got it.
Here's what happens if you do.
Coughing! Opal, wait! Opal!
Whoops, might have gone a little overboard with that performance. Although it looks like Kabu's Centiskorch still has a few HP left. Would you finish it off for me, please?
As long as you promise not to blow up any more stuff.
You got it.
Bah.
Good job. Now let's get out of here before Kabu gives us an earful.
After running out of Stow inside, Opal decided to take a quick rest near the daycare in the wild area and captured a Togepi in Bridge Field, which she immediately bonded with and evolved all the way thanks to a gift from one of the Diggin' Bros. Playing around with Togepi got us carried away, and we were still out in the wild when a sudden snowstorm hit the area, which Opal was very elated about since that meant Mawile would be out and about. Having caught one for her team, Opal headed back towards Ballonly, or so I thought.
What are you so confused about? If you'll be tagging along the bee in Alistair's world, the bee in my world should serve as a good point of reference on what Pokemon you could be.
I thought it could just become any fighting type.
Not quite. If Bee had two Machamps, that would raise some flags, wouldn't it?
Not if she went to Kanto.
Well, she's not going to Kanto now, is she?
So we'll battle Bee to learn more about her team and then see what Pokemon would fit in the most?
Correct. Now let the show begin.
Opal holds nothing back and leads the battle with her newly acquired Togekiss. Meanwhile, Bee starts out with a Hitmontop. It seems to know Quick Attack and Revenge, but couldn't do much against an Air Cutter. Next was Pangoro, a fighting Dark-type Pokemon who also knows Bullet Punch. Thankfully, Togekiss is pretty tanky. Sirfetch'd is next in queue and he's quite the challenge to evolve, but not a challenge to defeat. And finally, her ace, Machamp. This one actually gave Opal some trouble, which earned it some poison. Opal decided to be funny and just stalled out his health without Dynamaxing.
So, learn anything useful?
Bee will have a really hard time battling against your gym.
Then good thing I won't be around. Now what about her team? Anything catch your eye?
They all have weird evolution methods.
You seem to be on the right track. Keep thinking about what would fit in and not draw in suspicion.
Maybe a Graplocked? No, she gets one of those later. Ooh, perhaps a Gallade or Urshifu?
You keep thinking on that. Now on to the next battle we go.
Gordie was not an opponent that B would face in Alistair's world, but I suppose I could learn something from the guy since he's supposedly voted most likely to become champion. While he sets up a Shell Smash, Opal does what she does best, and poisons his poor Pokemon. She then uses a turn to protect while the poison's effects spread, then attack with a strange steam and protecting to win. Up next is Shuckle, who also goes down to the poison stalling strategy. Opal even managed to poison Stonejourner, a living rock. No wonder people think she can poison just about anyone or anything. Eventually, Stonejourner manages to land a body slam on Weezing, meaning we're all saved from the poison. Go, Gordie, go! No, Gordie, no. Togekiss is out next, attacking with Dazzling Gleam while Gordie sets up some Stealth Rocks, but the giant rock isn't stealthy enough, so it gets replaced with an even gianter rock. Thankfully, Togekiss had enough time to set up a reflective wall, allowing it to tank out 2 giant stone slabs to the face. After his Dynamax was done, Opal brought out her cake and finished it off with a max Mindstorm. Storm.
You might be thinking a little too hard there, little one. Come on, off to Hammerlock we go.
You won't go battle Piers?
No, he's still mad at me for poisoning him 20 years ago.
You poisoned Piers!
When he was a young lad, he used to come to my gym and challenge our fairy types to a prank-off. Dark types are the rowdiest Pokemon in existence, he'd say, and then have his Pokemon use some moves like Knock Off and Taunt. I think he was just bored of the proper posh life in Spikemuth, so I offered him the role of gym leader in Balonly. After all, he had plenty of pink in him. He got quite frustrated at me for suggesting he leave his hometown and tripped over one of our stage microphones on his way out. The sound spooked one of the Klefki at the gym and it used Fairy Lock on the little boy. So every now and then he'll go to speak or sing and all you'll hear is a microphone reverb.
That explains a lot about him, but also it doesn't sound like you poisoned him.
That's because I didn't, but he was convinced the tea we drank earlier had poison in it, so that's what he told everyone. That Opal poisoned me. He got hurt in my gym and it was a funny story, so I decided to just go with it.
Sounds to me like you enjoy improv a bit too much.
Sometimes it's easier to just go with the flow. Onwards to Hammerlock, little one.
There we battled Raihan in a double battle, which turned out to be quite the challenge for Opal. Weezing went after Flygon, while Mawile went after Gigalith, although that rock is a lot bulkier than a dragon. Sandaconda came in to take out Mawile, but Opal was smart enough to focus on the Gigalith with both Pokemon. Raihan followed up with his Dynamax Duraludon, while Opal snuck in Togekiss to do damage to both his Pokemon at once. Sandaconda gave it a terrifying glare. Opal Dynamaxed Alcremie and went for the Protect strategy, while Togekiss kept chipping away at the enemy's health. Opal managed to finish off Duraludon, which means Alcremie also gets the Death Stare from Sandaconda. Not a problem though, since we took it out with a G-Max finale. After the battle, we made our way towards Winden for the Champion Cup Finals. First up was Gym Challenger Marnie, who unfortunately specializes in Dark-type moves just like her brother Piers. That meant poor little girl's team was about to experience the might of our strange steam, all except for her Grimmsnarl, which we had to Protect Stall and then Venoshock to win. Up next was Hop, the champion's younger brother. He tries to set up a heavy defense but gets poisoned right away, and then fails to do much damage with Zen Headbutt, and then is drenched in even more poison. Yikes. Seeing how bad the situation is, Hop uses up his one full restore while Opal persists with her toxic strategy, knocking out the Dubwool. Snorlax follows out next, and you guessed it, poison, but then it heavy slams Weezing, so the toxins are no longer a worry. Mawile set up some Stealth Rocks for later, then deals decent damage with an Iron Head. Shouldn't this be Iron Hair in her case? Unfortunately, Snorlax takes her down with a high horsepower before the poison gets to him. Now the real fun begins as Togekiss faces off Corviknight with a Mystical Fire. Hop should have been more worried about his defenses than our speed. Incursion is another troublesome mon since it's rather bulky and knows Thunderbolt, but Togekiss is bulky too. Hop Dynamaxed his Moonkick, but things did not get funky, and Togekiss burned it away. Having defeated all the gym leaders before, Opal had one last challenger standing between her and Leon, her protege, Bead, Beady, two Mawiles giving each other the cold shoulder, but our Mawile knows Fire Fang, so you already know who wins this duel. Next up is Gardevoir facing off against Weezing. She uses her psychic powers to prevent any toxic nonsense from happening, leaving Opal with just her Dynamax. You might be wondering what happened to Togekiss. Togekiss was sitting this fight out so that it wouldn't get overleveled like with Cynthia. Anywho, two G-Max finales finally finished the Gardevoir and did major damage to Rapidash, who was not as scary as I thought it was. Since his last Pokemon would get powerful max moves, Opal decided to go for the safe recovery strategy, stalling out the giant mon by healing itself from all the damage it had taken on the previous turn. Bead's final turn of Dynamax was used to hit us with a G-Max Smite, which confused Alcremie. One turn of bad RNG, and we were done for. Knowing the risks, Opal used up her one-time healing item to restore her ace's health. And of course, that's the turn that Beady lands a critical hit on us. He basically just pressed Ctrl Z on our healing item. Opal Opal had to play it extremely safe, so she used up one turn to recover and then one turn to Draining Kiss the enemy over and over. Meanwhile, every mystical fire reduced their special attack more and more. Eventually, Opal ran out of recovers and used the last Draining Kiss, which failed to pull off enough HP. Alcremie was defeated.
Looks like young Bede is well prepared to take over the fairy-type gym. But for now, we need to win this battle. So if you wouldn't mind, could you help me out a bit, little one?
I thought helping out in battles wasn't a good idea.
You helping out as a Wooloo wasn't a good idea. We don't really know if you helping out in general does anything to upset the local legendaries.
But what if they come for me?
We're in the middle of Winden, surrounded by a bunch of powerful trainers. If worse comes to worse, you'll have plenty of protection.
You got a point. Here goes.
Thank you, little one. Now, if that letter from Alistair was correct, the chairman should be waking up a Pokemon called Eternatus any moment now.
This thing keeps showing up everywhere I go. I wonder if it has anything to do with my seal.
No clue. However, the letter did say that capturing Eternatus is a must. Apparently, it plays a crucial role in transporting you between worlds. I'm still not sure who's responsible for doing all the transporting, but off we go.
As per usual, Leon failed to catch Eternatus, leaving us to do all the hard work. Weezing is still in the lead, and since it can't poison the poison dragon, it attacks with strange steam. Meanwhile, Eternatus is being a dummy and tries to attack us with a dragon pose 3 turns in a row. Silly bean. Eventually, it caught on and attacked us with a cross poison, but it was too late. Opal had won. Oh no, angry wolves! I'm dead! Opal! Angry wolves! They're here! I knew it! I warned you! Help!
Don't worry, they aren't here for you. Eternatus is a much bigger threat at the moment.
Thankfully, she was right. The wolves didn't even notice I was there. I guess being a Swirlix was a good call. However, Eternatus was very focused on attacking Opal's team. This gave Zacian and Zamazenta the opening to take down the Dragon Hand before it could pull any of them into Smash Ultimate. Having captured Eternatus, Opal went back to Winden to battle against Champion Leon. And this would be her last battle before retiring. So let's hope it's a good one, eh? Weezing faces off against Aegislash and it can't do anything against it. Steel is immune to poison and resists Fairy, so the sword takes us down in an instant. Mao is out next, meeting the same fate as Weezing. Togekiss at least knows a fire type move, so it might be useful, but only after sustaining heavy damage from a steel type move. Leon's Haxorus outspeeds us and finishes off the flying egg with an Iron Tail. That leaves Opal with just the giant cape, which one-shots Haxorus with a G-Max finale. It does the same with Dragapult, but barely does any damage to the clown. After losing the Dynamax, Mr. Rhyme finished off Alcremie with a Psychic, and Leon heals it right up before I get sent out on the field as a last resort. People often ask me, who is my least favorite Pokemon? I think my official answer is this guy, who gets the pleasure of knocking me out during 2 major battles in a row. I'm gonna get my revenge on you one day, stinky clown. Although, I suppose this means that Opal can't win against Leon and can't become champion.
I never could best that Leon. Although in my defense, he is the strongest champion we've had in the past 70 years.
Who is the second best?
Why, me, of course.
You're champion?
You didn't know that? I held the role for a while after Mustard left, but my heart belonged to Ballonly, so I rapid-dashed back home not too long after.
You abdicated your role as champion?
The chairman at the time wasn't too happy about my decision, but it also got them to come up with a procedure for appointing a new champion should the current one wish to retire or resign. I won't bore you with the details.
Learn something new every day.
Speaking of something new,
What in the world is that?
I believe that is your cue, little one.
My cue?
When entering the next world, concentrate on the Pokemon you wish to become, the Pokemon which will fit in well with the trainer you'll follow. The Ballonly tea will do the rest.
This is so abrupt. I need more time to think. What Pokemon would fit in with B?
I don't know if where you're going next will be with B.
What do you mean?
That's what it said at the end of the letter. The path to B is likely not a straightforward one. Expect the unexpected. All will be revealed to you soon enough.
So then where does this portal lead?
I don't know.
Oh, just come on through already!
Opal, I'm scared.
Yeah, no, that was kind of creepy.
Creepy? It's alright, just try and keep a calm mind.
Did the letter say anything about the creepy talking portal?
Only that your path forward is through the portal that appears after the battle for champion. Although I can faintly sense the presence of my fairy magic from that portal. I guess I'm not retired there either. If the creepy voice gives you any trouble, you come straight to me. The me there might not recognize you, but if you come asking for help, she will help. You'll be alright. Now go.
Opal!
Here, I even wrote a letter and sealed it myself. Just give it to the me there and she'll know what to do.
Opal!
I'll miss you too, little one, but you've still got a long journey ahead. This play is over. It's time for me to retire and for you to hit the next stage. So go, please. It's hard for me too.
Alright, that's enough. It's time to go. Telekinesis!
What?